Chapelle to host. If I may, I'm thinking that you chose the best thing. If you like them good shows and all of these movies. What up, Chip Chat? This is Chip Chat Chat. What up, Chip Chat? This is Chip Chat Chat. What up, Chip Chat? This is Chip Chat Chat. What up, Chip Chat? This is Chip Chat Chat.
What up, Chipper Chaps? This is Chipper Chap Chat, episode 55.
Is it 55?
It is 55. We just checked right then. It's 55.
See, the strip one threw me off. So I was like, I had almost zero input in that cover. So I keep...
I know. Well, you can do this one. You'll hear the weekend. You can do this one. Hopefully we can come up with something for this. Yeah, it's episode 55. Thanks for joining us again, folks.
This is Ray.
And this is Chamba.
Alright, let's talk about some nerdy shit.
Yeah.
We're going to jump right into some TV news.
TV talks.
We got Squirrel Girl to star in Marvel's New Warriors TV show.
When did this happen?
I only heard about it today. Did they say what network it's going to be on?
No,
or they just speculating?
but they said it's Marvel.
Right, but of course.
Because that's why I thought for a second, I was like, oh, New Warriors.
Right.
Because remember how they said they were going to do a New Warriors thing? The Fox is doing
New Mutants.
New Mutant stuff.
Two different things.
Who's who? What's with the new?
New Warriors are the ones.
Are they going to do?
In the comic, incited Civil War.
Oh, them.
Yeah, they're like Speedball. They're the ones that attacked that Nitro guy.
Yes. Okay. So this is definitely not going to be that.
No, that's what this is going to be, but they said it's going to be comedic or whatever.
I'm so confused. Is this
New Mutants?
New Mutants is the one that
is a teen.
Okay.
X-Men series.
Right. They're the younger
That's
X-Men.
at Fox.
Okay, so Fox is still doing that?
Supposedly with Maisie Williams.
All right, and that's why when they said New Warriors, I was like, in my head,
right.
I just obviously linked to the first New, and I was like, oh, it's going to be the New Mutants. That's why I asked you. I go, is Squirrel Girl a mutant?
Right now, because they're gonna have like, well, in the comics they have like Night Thrasher,
right,
who looks kind of cool. He's like Batman had a hybrid baby with Casey Jones
slash Kick-Ass almost.
Yeah, kind of actually.
Yeah,
more like stealth Kick-Ass.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's like
actually cool.
He's Midnighter Kick-Ass.
They have a few cool people on the team. Speedball, like I don't even know what the lineup is gonna be.
Well, that's the thing. Exactly.
They keep saying it's gonna have a comedic tone, which is fine because the most recent New Warriors, it's almost shitty timing because they just did Civil War.
Right.
That would have been a cool.
But it's in a sense it's kind of good because you don't want that's like especially if they plan on making this a comedy one.
Right.
It's
still kind of fine because New Warriors in the comic, the ones that incited Civil War, they were a team that was part of a reality show.
Right. But then
so
it got dark.
they could still be comedic.
So they can
that's
maintain
why
that.
It was
right.
fucked up because they were a low-level team fighting people out of their range. That's how the whole thing blew up.
Literally.
So, I don't know. I'm kind of interested in it. I'm
am.
interested in the fact that it seems like Marvel's going to actually try some superhero shows on regular network channels that have superheroes in it. Right now, our only example is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which
They're
is
getting
now...
Ghost Rider.
Yeah, so I think that's their first step.
And it's becoming a primetime show, which makes me wonder if that's what these other ones are for, is to make up for that, like a family thing.
And if it's like... If the quality of this New Warriors, I'm not going to say New Mutants because I'm going to forget it.
Right.
If the quality of this New Warriors is going to be to the standard of, say, I guess, the last few seasons of S.H.I.E.L.D. and, I mean, it'd be awesome if it was like the same quality as Netflix. Not the same vibe, but quality in terms of production, in terms of presentation. Right. It could be fantastic.
It could be. I'm really curious how they're going to handle costumes at the TV level for network TV. Because on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., like Daisy Johnson's Quake is the only like superhero we have. And she doesn't really wear a costume. She wears a S.H.I.E.L.D. outfit that has the gloves on.
I feel that this New Warriors could be very close to what we see in books in terms of costumes.
You think so?
I think so. Because if they said this...
Speedball's got like Kirby Crackles all over his fucking gloves.
I don't even know if Speedball's going to be part of it. Because remember when he turned into Penance?
We have no idea.
Yeah, we don't know. And the beauty about this is...
The only part of the lineup they told us is Squirrel Girl. And she's not even part of the
Exactly.
New
So
Warriors.
essentially they could use the name New Warriors. It could just be the name.
Right.
They could get a bunch of younger low tier Marvel heroes, pop them in costumes, have them be the comedic humor. Whether or not they'll link to anything else, that's up to them. They probably could, but they couldn't talk about. It's like, oh, the mess that they cause in so and so and blah blah.
Same way they do on Netflix.
Absolutely. Same way they do with Shield.
Right.
How they incorporate aspects of the film into the actual show without really having to interfere with what's happening in the greater picture because they can't handle that stuff.
But they don't
need to. Yes, and plus, if their goal is to make a comedy show, then it's almost like they're competing with that DC show about the superhero DC comedy show where it's about the lawyers.
What the fuck is that one called?
Powerless.
And it's an insurance company.
Right, and to me, this one is cooler.
Infinitely.
Yeah, because the fact that you have automatically said at the gates it's going to have Squirrel Girl. The fact that I didn't even know.
So I guess that means no Anna Kendrick.
No.
She was talking about doing Squirrel Girl.
She'd never do television.
How do you feel about the chick from Stranger Things,
Sure.
Barb or whatever?
Sure.
That's fine?
I'm fine with that.
I guess I'm
I'm fine with that because if you look at the book, she probably looks closer to that than Anna Kendrick does.
Right.
The current run.
And it seems like maybe, I mean, if the Stranger Things, if they're getting a second season,
She ain't gonna
spoiler alert,
Spoilers.
she's probably not going to be in it.
Nah.
So, it seems like maybe she should be fine for it. And visually, I'm fine with it too. I need to see what that girl looks like not in that show.
Well,
because they really like
on
funked her
Instagram.
the
No,
fuck
she
up.
did. She did. I've seen images of her of Instagram and stuff through links of all the Stranger Things stuff, and I'm like, she looks like a regular girl.
Okay.
If you pop her in a
She was
costume,
very
she's tall,
consciously like pear shaped in Stranger Things.
Right.
Which is fine.
Yes.
It's even fine for Squirrel Girl.
I think it actually is great for Squirrel
Girl. I'm just very curious what she looks like without the like 80s pants that go up to her waist and shit.
Absolutely. And then when they said, "Oh, she'd be interested," she actually said she'd be interested in playing Squirrel Girl. I'm like, yeah,
sure, why not?
people love her. People love her character.
She's Deadpool.
But yeah, the whole New Warriors thing didn't even know was even happening. Was even talked about. And then the fact that it's like, yep, we're gonna have Squirrel Girl in there. She's the.
I wonder if it's also Hulu. Like if they're going to Hulu and
because they
like,
didn't say who it's for.
Yeah, and because DC moved over and did sign their deal with Netflix or whatever.
Plus, there's the whole CW thing.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, if they need replacement programming for superhero shit on Hulu, why not have a series of young adult stuff? New Warriors is perfect. Runaways is perfect. They could do Young Avengers, but I doubt it because all those characters are like directly related to the.
They
Avengers.
could actually incorporate some Young Avengers in New Warriors.
They could, but like who? Like Wiccan.
It's hard
because he does magic.
Right, but it is difficult
because you can't have Hulkling. That's too hard.
Yeah, visual effects. Hulkling. That's
I'm talking about,
you're essentially having
TV
Hulk.
budget.
You have Hulk in there, unless you just get a big guy. But
he's got to be a big ass teenager, which is even harder.
I don't know. It's interesting. I think we should probably like an episode down, and so we could probably talk about who we'd want to see in this New Warriors show. Well, obviously we'll probably get casting and characters first, and then see who would want to cast for
it. The main Young Avengers are all going to be tough, except for they got a younger black dude that's like their Captain America equivalent on the team. I think his name is the Patriot.
Patriot, right?
Like but most of the other characters are tough. They got like a Vision character, like a kid Vision, basically. They got Hulk.
Isn't that like a Vision? Who's that?
That's Vision's daughter.
Okay, so that's a different one.
Because he's got kids now, apparently.
Cool.
I haven't read that book.
Who's the missus?
It looks like he has a Vision wife as well.
That's weird.
And
so
like two Vision kids. I think they're just like same technology, but they're separate bodies.
Separate
entities.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
I don't know exactly. I haven't read it, but it's like suburban life with the Visions.
That's the thing that's throwing me off with this New Warriors is the fact that it is going to be. Is it straight comedy or is it like?
I don't know. They just said comedic overtones.
Comedic overtones. Because if it's straight comedy,
it's got Squirrel Girl in it, it's not a serious thing.
No, it can't be. She can't
not
be.
as she's starring in it.
No. But it's an interesting thing. We'll see what they do with this. More news hopefully soon.
Fox's Legion series, they said, is going to be linked to the X-Men Singerverse.
Yeah, that's what Singer said as well. Singer said this.
How? Which is, I guess they could just say that the main character is the son of
Professor
Xavier.
X. Done.
With, I guess, Moira? I don't know who his actual
his mum isn't Moira.
I don't know.
Yeah,
but if it's connected to Singerverse, the only girl they've had him interact with is Moira.
Unless, of course, he did someone in the downline.
Well, he did have the X-Men First Class version of Xavier who did a little, like...
Partying it up?
Yeah, he was doing it up. He was ladies' man.
So that's interesting. I mean, like, I have no idea
how else it's going to be connected.
Right. I don't know what this Legion show is going to be.
No, the trailer was too weird to try and like nail that.
It looked interesting.
But yay, I guess. I don't know.
Cool.
I don't want the Singerverse to exist anymore. So
I want it to
not
disappear.
really a positive.
I want it to I want the Deadpool universe that they created with
take over.
Yes, that should be it now.
Next up, Frederick Schmidt cast as Metallo.
So they cast Metallo.
So that's cool.
So Metallo is going to fight Supergirl and Superman.
Metallo looks like the dad from Wild Thornberrys, but
maybe he's going to sound like that too.
I'm sure the Metallo version won't look like that.
I don't know. Like, didn't they do Metallo in Smallville?
They did every character.
That's
in
true.
Smallville. They had Darkseid on Smallville. They had every character in Smallville.
You know what though?
How every character before he's even Superman? It's insane. And we're fuck Gotham.
No, but that's why. That's why. But even during then, I was like, no, I can't. I didn't watch Smallville.
No, I watched after the fact on DVD. I watched the first 5 seasons.
Wow, you used to go further than I did.
But that's only halfway through.
Yeah.
So I missed when they started
the first
bringing
5
everybody
was
in.
still somewhat.
They were still fine because it was like Freak of the Week kind of show.
Exactly.
They didn't really bring all the characters in until the later seasons. They were like everyone from Justice League.
You know the Justice
everyone
except Batman.
From the Justice Society except
Batman. You can't do Batman.
Batman.
Yeah, you can do Superman. Actually, no, he wasn't even Superman.
He wasn't even Superman. Now you can do Superman.
Now you can do Superman. Oh,
we'll see about Batman.
Poor bastard. But he's cast. We'll see what happens with Metallo. See what it looks like.
Back to what we talked about for a brief second earlier. Netflix announced officially Stranger Things Season 2 with a little like teaser video. And they showed the titles of each of the episodes, which means they're way further along than I thought they were. If they've already written all the episodes, that's crazy. Because they were like, I don't know, maybe we'll do it, maybe we won't.
No.
We don't want to rush.
Because I remember watching an interview with the creators of it, and they were saying the Duffer Brothers, and they were saying something like how with season 2 we wanted to tackle something within, say, not a direct sequel, but it seems like now it's going to be a direct sequel.
I don't know, because it could have different people. We don't know any of that
That's
information.
True.
All it says is it's the next year.
Yeah, okay. And that could mean new. Hopefully it is new characters, I'm assuming.
Hopefully the baby versions of you and myself will make a cameo in it since it's set in 1984.
Yeah, it's weird because, I'm in the Philippines and...
and I'm in Alaska.
You're in Alaska. That's very far away.
Yeah, well, it's a
Stranger Things. It is Stranger Things. We could be in the Upside Down.
Right.
We were born in the Upside Down.
I was probably born upside down. Movie talk.
Yes.
Dr.Strange featurette was released.
Yes, it was.
Shows more info about Kaecilius, the main villain, and a little bit with Mordo.
Right.
Apparently his name is like Carl Mordo?
That's the coolest.
That's random.
My surname's Mordo. I'm going to name my kid Carl.
Well, I mean, Stephen Strange. I guess it's kind of the same regular first name, super weird last name.
I think Strange would be a cool surname.
It's cool, but have you ever met anyone with the last name Strange in your whole life?
My mate Bob, his surname was Strang, minus the
kind
E.
Of the same.
It's close.
Yeah.
It's close.
Good old Bob.
Yep.
Anyhow, this is the big thing from this week, which was kind of bananas. I don't even know if what is written here is factual or not, but it says Ben Affleck teased the villain for the upcoming Batman solo film. That's the part I'm not sure if that's
accurate. I don't know if that's factual. Because he posted a video.
We got like
on Twitter.
A 30-second video on his Facebook.
He posted, yes. Because he posted on Twitter as well.
Right. Of Deathstroke. In costume.
Not from any game, it seems. Because I first thought it was, he's just recording him playing the video game.
No, that was definitely a fucking suit. Somebody in the suit. We don't know who.
No.
We don't know why.
No.
We don't know what it's
because he posted it with no message.
There was no context.
Nothing.
Just Deathstroke in a plane hangar.
Something.
And
walking.
It cuts away from the screen. Yep. Like it's somebody filming a
screen. Right.
And then you see like shit in the background. People keep saying green screen, but I don't know for sure. Even if it's a green screen, it's green tinted in the area.
It is something.
But who knows if it's really green screen or not. But he looks cool. I mean, he looks like Deathstroke.
Yes.
The rumor is right now that it's Joe Manganiello.
Joe Manganiello. But the reason why that's a rumor, though, is because they said last week He flew to London. He had a new haircut, shaved his. He's got the goatee
London
thing going,
is
and
where
he
they're
flew to London.
filming.
That's where they're filming Justice League.
Now, while that might be true,
Right. I still want it to be Shazam.
I love him as Shazam,
Yes.
but I'm also way totally fine with him being Deathstroke.
Yes.
Because he's one of the few guys where I'm like, yeah, his version of Deathstroke could take on Batfleck.
Easily. Like, if Will Smith's Deadshot
Right.
has a chance with
Right.
Batman, then Joe
Deathstroke's
Manganiello's
gotta be a
Deathstroke
beast.
would be on par with Batman.
Right.
Maybe even more.
I really want to see that.
Maybe even more skilled.
Well, more violent.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. More violent than the Batman we already got.
This
was
guy
pretty violent.
legitimately
He will kill.
murders for
So
a living.
he's just the killer. That's right. Okay.
But yeah, I'm fine with him playing that. I like the idea of him playing Shazam, but
I think
I
that's
also like
Apple
the idea of him playing a villain because he's got a great face
Yeah, yeah.
for it. He was already Flash Thompson,
But
the
with-
most villainous villain in the Marvel Universe. Imagine if they were like, keep him as Flash Thompson, that motherfucker is Agent Venom or whatever. Venom Space Knight.
Yeah. Throw him in Guardians.
I'm fine with it.
He's a bit old now, though. I mean, but as in terms of Shazam, like they need to start casting.
Eddie Brock should be older anyway. He shouldn't even go to that school.
They need
He's
to
just supposed
cast
work at-
Shazam.
They need to cast Shazam. But, who are they talking about again?
They're talking since they
Tatum.
Yeah, the reason they said Tatum is because the director of Gambit.
Did we not talk about that in the last
We
one?
did the last one, but we didn't talk about the Tatum part. We
Okay.
talked about Doug Lemon moving
Yeah.
from Gambit to Justice League Dark or Dark Universe, whatever it's called.
Whatever it's called.
But since he was the director, the director of Gambit, we're also thinking, because there's rumors that Tatum's not going to be Gambit anymore. They're not going to focus on Gambit anymore.
Which I think
I don't
is
care.
a good
Yeah,
idea.
that's great.
He should be in an X-Men movie.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have his own movie.
A movie of him? No.
It's not necessary.
But they were saying Tatum could be Shazam, and I'm like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, Tatum being Shazam, I guess I like it better than Efron.
Right.
I just don't know if I see him as like a wholesome hero.
But
Shazam.
maybe if it's a
Just
kid
'cause
playing
he's got
that,
like a
goofy,
he's got like a built-in douchiness to him,
he does.
which is fine.
He does, but you have to
depending on
remember
the
because
role.
it's going to be a kid in that body. He's a kid's mindset.
Yeah, I mean, and he's built, so he could. I don't know, man. I still
They just
don't-
need to cast him soon.
It's still hard as fuck to pick anybody to be like, yeah, you could take on the Rock.
But not just take on The Rock. In terms of stature of The Rock, Dwayne Johnson is so popular.
Right, he's got to be.
You have
charismatic.
to be charismatic as well. You have to match his charisma.
And who do you think's got more charisma out of Efron and Tatum?
At this point, probably Tatum.
Think so?
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't think I've
It's
seen
probably
any
a
of
different
Efron's
audience there, but
movies,
we'll see what happens. Who knows? They might cast somebody who's like, oh yeah, that makes more sense.
right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tricky.
Surprisingly, though, that's all the shit we have
Yeah.
for news.
They keep repeating themselves, or the news that we got like today was like, we talked about that in the last episode.
I really will, with going back to the Batfleck Deathstroke thing. Right now everybody's saying it's for the solo Batman thing. But
Do you think it's solo Batman?
I don't know, because it's weird to me that they would even be filming anything for solo Batman right now.
To me,
When
I'm
Justice
thinking.
League is happening.
To me, this is what's happening with Zendaya as Mary Jane.
Okay.
We have no confirmation
None
from
at all.
anybody.
None at all.
This one, there is a little bit. There's the whole visual aspect, but with Zendaya, we have visual
With
aspect.
Deathstroke, we know the character exists.
Right, exactly.
But that's it.
That's it. We don't know what it's for.
Nope.
We don't know who's behind it.
Nope.
We don't know. Yeah, again, like, is he for freaking Justice League? Doubt it. Maybe.
I think that's more
That
likely
seems
than
more
Batman
likely,
because
right.
they're filming that shit now. And why else would... And, like, everybody's like, well, if they're showing it, maybe it's either a costume test, which is very rare that
That's
they show costume tests before the movies.
That
come out.
well as well.
Right. And it's very weird to me if it's a post-credit scene, like some people are speculating, now that they do post-credit scenes.
But let's show the
Suicide Squad.
post-credit scene before the movie.
Right. Yeah, that's why I'm like, that seems really bizarre to me.
No.
So I think more than likely, he is one of the villains in Justice League,
Yep.
and we just haven't, because they have not shown us anything about.
Dude,
who
we
they're
don't know what
fighting.
Justice League's about, really.
We know Steppenwolf
Yeah,
is in it.
That's it. He's the main
but
big bad.
But he can't be the only thing.
No.
He's the big one at the end.
Plus-
How they're going to involve Deathstroke, I really have no.
Plus, you
fucking
got to
idea.
remember, right? BVS, we had Doomsday.
Right.
He's super powerful.
Yeah.
Do you remember what Batman did in that fight?
shot a grenade gun.
Yeah, that's it, and run away.
Yeah.
We need if he's going to be in the Justice League, sure he's going to be forming the team and whatnot.
Right.
But it'd be cool if each of them had somebody to fight.
I don't even think it'll be each of them. Deathstroke, though he doesn't have powers,
He can take on.
he's one of the few non-powered characters. He's like Batman.
He is Batman,
can take on super-powered characters. Mm-hmm. He's not reliant on technology, so Cyborg, he can shoot at him, but he can't like hack him and then he's done or whatever. And he's probably vastly superior combat-wise because Cyborg's just a dude that played football now has a bunch of gear on him.
Cyborg is tricky now, though, because if the Mother Box made him, or he's part Mother Box even, I don't even fucking know.
I think the Mother Box brought him back.
Okay, but what does that even mean?
I don't fucking... Who knows?
Right?
At this point.
And like Cyborg, they can... Like, he could be totally OP if they wanted him to be.
I'm glad you brought that up, though, because... that was part of the speculation too. Is people would keep going. Deathstroke could be a hint that they're going towards like a Teen Titans thing with Cyborg because Deathstroke is a big Teen Titans villain.
He is. They need a whole team to fight Deathstroke.
That's what they're saying is like, that's another one I meant to. I'm not going to be able to find it now. But there was a supposed leak of what the plans are for the DC movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they said Manganiello is cast as Deathstroke. They said the Cyborg movie is out.
It's called
It's
Titans.
now going to be a Titans thing. The Flash movie is going to have Cyborg in it because they're supposed to know... Barry and Victor were supposed to know each other in school.
Cool. Yeah, Flash is that young.
Right.
That's a
college
good...
age, I imagine.
I like this idea.
There was something else in there too, but now I can't fucking remember. But the main point was, if they're doing like a Titans thing, that they would be foreshadowing that he's the main villain of that.
I'm okay with that.
The whole thing that's saying it's like like he's the villain of the Batman movie, that seems like a stretch to me. No. Because I can't imagine they're going to use Deathstroke as the singular villain in anything.
No.
Even a Titans thing. No. Because we've already seen that character be defeated by Arrow on TV.
Yeah, unless it's like,
he
you
was
changed him.
the main villain of season 2.
Right. He was a great villain.
He was great, but he's not going to be the same character, obviously. It's the movie version. But I think that there's very public perception of if Arrow can defeat that guy.
But you have to remember, the Arrow TV show, it's their version of Batman.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
But Batfleck is dirty
different
in the
right.
movies.
Yes.
He's murdered.
This one has to be way more crazier.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't know if by himself he is that.
His name is Deathstroke.
If he's hired by someone,
that's why I was like,
to fuck up the plan of them putting a team together.
That makes way more sense.
I don't know who it would be by. Maybe it's like revenge from like imprisoned Lex. Like behind the scenes, he's like, I can still hire a dude from.
Because for all we know as well, we could have like the whole plot of Arkham Origins, the whole Black Mask hiring.
Right.
I like that plot.
Yeah, I think that's rad. Black Mask hiring several assassins.
To me, that's a great plot.
It's great.
Because you can do a Batman movie with that and say if people were like, oh, we should have Joker in there. Joker's in it just to fuck whatever up.
Well, spoiler alert for those who haven't played Batman Arkham Origins.
Spoiler for a game.
Black Mask in that game is the Joker.
Oh shit, didn't know that.
Joker is pretending to be the Black Mask.
Did he kill him?
I think so.
Cool.
And he's pretending to be him and hiring all these other people.
Wow. Okay, I didn't see that coming.
I didn't either. And it was ruined for me in podcast form by the Mr. Sunday movie.
Oh, yeah. He might have said on accident, right?
Yeah. They just blurted it out.
Awesome.
And Joker's the villain of that, pretending to be Black Mask, and I was like, well, goddamn it. But now that game's old as shit.
Yep.
It was brand new, and I just bought it the day before that.
That sucks. That sucks.
So I was pretty perturbed.
So being ruined now to a game that you like some people might not even know exists.
No, that's 2 games back now.
Yeah.
So
see, that plot is.
It could be cool. I'd be fine with that.
But you don't feel that Deathstroke is big enough.
I don't think so.
To be a primary.
Not by himself.
Like.
But if they do a thing with the Batman movie where he's in Arkham and he's fighting several villains, even in that storyline, if Deathstroke showed up, totally fine with it.
Right.
I just think on his own it's not.
Also, I mean, after watching Suicide Squad,
yeah,
Croc is not a solo Batman villain.
It makes me very curious because they said there's a deleted scene of him interacting with Batman. I wanted to see how those two fight because
you think they'll have it in the Blu-ray when it's coming
I
out?
hope so. Because
You think we'll get many deleted scenes?
I fucking hope so, man. I don't know, but I hope so.
If they said they recorded that much footage of Joker,
that's just Joker. That's not even
that's exactly
all the other characters.
Like the bonus footage might be more than the film's length.
That's what I'm saying. Which would be great. I don't think they're going to include everything,
of course not.
obviously.
Oh, no way.
But I hope they include.
We got a couple.
Some of that stuff because it would just be a waste if we got none of it.
Especially a waste for them.
Oh yeah,
they'd filmed all that.
Definitely financially waste.
Goodness.
They paid crew members and
movies are expensive.
Yeah, they are. So let's jump into this 100 movies.
Yeah, let's continue with the list.
Next on our for those who maybe skipped an episode or two, we are doing a list of 100 movies that we think you should check out.
We split them in categories.
We split it into categories of 10. Sometimes there's a couple extra stragglers that are honorable mentions. But this week's category is music movies. Music. Not musicals, but there are musicals in here. More of a broad interpretation.
It's quite broad in terms of music.
So the first one up on the list we have written down here is Interstella 555.
Yes.
Why do you think that needs to be seen?
I think that needs to be seen. All right. If you're a fan of Daft Punk.
Yeah. Which, how could you not be?
Yeah. It's basically they score an entire anime.
Yeah.
And it's not like, when I say anime, it's not like it's American studios trying to do an anime. No, it's actually the guys who animated like
Galaxy Express?
Galaxy Express, they did like Harlock, Captain Harlock, those guys.
Okay.
A new story specifically.
Do you not know what that studio is called?
I don't know. They did an animation specifically for this, like it's almost like they collaborated in making this movie.
Right.
And that's brilliant.
It is brilliant. And the music is great. It's one of the best Daft Punk albums.
One of the best albums, and it's a visual album, essentially.
Right. Before Beyonce.
Right. Oh, yeah, eat your face.
And I agree with all that. It's definitely worth checking out. And it's got great nostalgia for me because of when it came out.
Yeah, love it.
Also, The Little Mermaid.
I love this movie.
Little Mermaid's perfect. Great music. I mean, the story with the dad is a bit weird, but once you get past the weird dad, everything else is pretty good.
What weird stuff?
Well, like the dad from Little Mermaid, what's his name? Triton?
King Triton.
He makes the daughters all do a play about him, how awesome he is. Every day. That's a bit weird, especially because if you don't show up like Ariel didn't, he'd choose your fucking ass out.
Yep.
And destroyed all her shit.
I don't think it's a daily thing, really. I don't think we were shown the full extent. It might have been like his birthday or something, or like a celebration.
Either way, punishment for not singing a song about how dope it is to be the daughter of that guy, and he breaks all your shit. Yeah, super great dad.
He only broke the shit because it was forbidden shit.
But why is it forbidden?
Because
it's just the shit she liked, and he's like, "Fuck you! I'm the best dad.
I'm the best."
But anyway, once you get past the weird dad,
that is a really weird dad.
The music is great. It's some of my favorite Disney music out of all the Disney movies.
Which is very tough because a lot of their '90s movies,
all great music.
Yeah, all of it.
Lion King, all that didn't make the list.
Lion King didn't.
But it's not the only Disney movie on the list. Let's jump to the next one. Suckerpunch is on here.
Oddly.
That was one I threw in.
Yeah, no, I like it. I agree. It's not a musical.
It's not a musical, but it's an amazing hour-and-a-half long music video, really.
It's like Interstella.
Which some people think is bad. I don't. I enjoyed Suckerpunch quite a bit. Even if the story is a bit extra, for you to keep track of with all the Inception-y, worlds inside worlds thing. It's all just fun aesthetic. Imagine Suckerpunch was a fucking anime. People wouldn't complain at all.
No.
So, to me, he made a live-action anime, and people were bitchy about it.
I think the primary issue that I have with Suckerpunch is when they jump into those dreams, the different realities, it's too difficult to separate some of them from what the previous one was supposed to be. I think if the tone of everything was that it's like high contrasty, you know. It's darkest shades.
Yeah.
Like the reality.
Everything's gritty.
Right, everything's gritty, and I think that was one of the. It's a very minor issue.
You think some of them should have been like drastically different? Like
I feel like
something.
something needed to split it up for not for me because I got it, but it's for everyone that I speak to regarding that film.
Right.
They were like, "Oh, it's what was going on?" I'm like, "Well, it's multiple levels of dreams. Think
It's
Inception.
a lot to keep track of.
It is. It is.
They bring her after the thing happens. She accidentally killed her sister while trying to protect her sister. They take her to a mental asylum, and then the mental asylum she interprets in her mind as like a brothel.
As like a brothel, like a burlesque.
Right. And then every time she dances in the brothel scenario in her mind,
she goes into that.
She
war.
goes into a
that fantasy war.
But it's not even always the same.
No, it's not. It's different.
The first one is the like she's fighting samurais by herself in the snow.
I fucking love those scenes.
Yeah, they're great. And the army of me,
dude.
when that because the music doesn't. It's not even just background music.
No.
Music overtakes everything else. It's like swelling, and it's such a great version of that song. Bjork is amazingly weird.
People hate that movie.
Yeah, I'm not one of them.
But people, I would even say people wouldn't like us for liking that movie.
Well, that's their fucking problem, because I own that shit on Blu-ray, and I think it's quite enjoyable.
People are offended by that movie, Royce.
Why? That's way too much.
No,
effort.
I've heard that before. People are offended because
effort.
it's like, oh, this is such a sexist movie.
Sexist?
Yeah, the way they treat the women.
But I mean, I don't know what that means. I guess. I mean, other than they wear scantily clad outfits, sort of. But I mean, that's again, it's a live action anime. People don't complain about fucking Kill la Kill when she's running around the sailor outfit. It's the same.
Seriously,
thing.
if this was drawn, if this was an anime, like you said,
I want to see the Suckerpunch characters in Kill la Kill style.
Oh, I'm almost tempted. Almost tempted.
Anyway, next one up, Goofy movie.
Love it.
Great movie.
It's weird because it's not even. I don't think it was done by the Major Motion Picture.
No.
It was, I think, like the French. It was a television division.
Right.
But it's the greatest thing.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Great music.
Oh, love the music. Great story.
Was the second one even a musical anymore?
Minorly. It wasn't as much. They didn't really sing.
I just remember they had skateboards.
Goofy had a song. It was the Extreme Goofy movie.
Okay, right.
Goofy sung.
It wasn't as good.
No. I mean, the whole plot line with Roxanne in the first one, and you completely just don't even mention that in the second.
No.
You can't do that.
It's so lame.
You can't call it but then they didn't call it Goofy Movie 2. They just call it the Extreme Goofy Movie.
Right.
So.
Well, first one.
Goofy movie, love it. Story,
After Today,
characters.
great song.
After Today, dude. Just power line.
Any of the power lines.
Any of them. Eye to Eye.
It's got Pauly Shore in it.
He's great.
Leaning Tower of Pisa.
He's Pauly Shore.
He is Pauly Shore.
He's a cartoon character now.
Max is great.
Max is great. Fucking PJ.
We know Max's kid. It's weird. Huh? Is it Max played by Paulson?
No.
That's not Max?
No. That's PJ.
That's what I meant. Wait,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
PJ.
That's what I meant. I thought for some reason his name was Max, but Max is Goofy's kid.
Yeah.
I meant PJ.
Yeah, we know PJ's kid.
We know PJ's kid.
We know PJ's kid.
Super weird.
That is random.
But
yeah, that movie. Love
it's
it.
So good, man.
If you guys haven't seen it, you guys should watch it.
It made me have a crush on a cartoon dog. So.
But I forget that they're animals.
Yeah, man, because they were animated so good.
Because they were characters.
You watch that movie and look at some of the expression that Roxanne makes and tell me that you wouldn't take
find her adorable.
You wouldn't take her to dog prom.
Yeah. But you feel for Max in that film.
Yeah,
like
man.
the way the dad does things out of love, but he embarrasses him
We
because
all
you're a
know
teenager.
how that is.
It's so good. You can so relate to it.
Next
Love
up,
it.
Tokyo Tribe. This one you'll have to talk about because I don't know what the fuck that is.
Tokyo Tribe is a Japanese film. It's based on a manga, so I guess it's a manga adaptation.
Okay.
It uses rap as a music.
Is it a musical or
It is a musical.
music in it?
No, it's a musical. They do rap during the actual scenes. There's scenes where they'll talk, where you think it's a conversation, or they're claiming something. They're stating something, but they do it in a
Even
rap.
with subtitles, though.
It's cool.
Assuming you watched those subtitles.
I did, of course. Do the raps rhyme? No.
Right, but is it as enjoyable to listen to rap that
No,
you can't understand?
The beats are good. They have
beats are good?
The beats are good.
Who does the production on it?
Just a bunch of Japanese guys.
A whole bunch of them?
I'm assuming. I like it though, because it's got action as well, and the action's pretty sweet. It's very violent.
Well, I still haven't seen that one.
I'd recommend it for anybody who's interested in seeing just a random Japanese movie.
Anything else that it is akin to or similar to?
That's why I can't think of anything.
Nothing at all. Well,
that's why I popped it on the list, because it's a very
we'll have to do a play date and watch that one or something.
Yeah, before I go.
Next up, Dave Chappelle's Block Party. I fucking love Dave Chappelle's Block Party.
Would you consider this a movie?
I would consider it a documentary.
A docu-concert.
That is half a concert film.
Yeah, I like it.
It's real good. To me, that's like...
That's when all of them were amazing.
Yeah, and it's like as hip-hop can get.
It's the realest.
Right.
It's the realest.
It's got The Roots and Mos Def, Talib Kweli, Kanye
Mind
before he was a dick.
During the period where a lot of these guys wouldn't get a lot of play, like The Roots, no one knew The Roots then. People know The Roots is now.
I mean, they knew of The Roots if you like that kind of genre.
Absolutely,
of music,
but now...
But they're not the family name
exactly.
that they were.
Whereas now, if you watch Jimmy Fallon, you know The Roots are.
Right. They had Jill Scott
Yep.
is in it. She's amazing in that movie.
She is so good.
Erica Badu is in that movie, and she's amazing in that movie.
A lot in that movie.
They reunited the fucking Fugees in that movie.
I was going to say, is it Lauryn Hill in that shit? Yeah.
There's just so much good in that movie, and it's hella funny.
That's the thing. It's got music and it's comedy.
Because the whole beginning of it is Dave doing like a setup to go and find he picks a town to go do this in, and he like meets the locals, and it's just
you got it?
Great. I do have.
We should watch it. We should watch it.
I'm totally down for that.
Yeah, we should watch it.
It's just real great. If you like hip hop music. Even Kanye in that movie is great because it's backpacker Kanye before all the hype and all the shit. What's the first album called? Graduation? No.
College? Is it
College Dropout.
Yeah.
He's great in that one.
Which still is probably one of his best albums.
Oh yeah, definitely worth a watch though. Definitely worth a watch, and it's Chapelle at his A game.
But see, that's the thing as well. Chappelle's not even doing shit now, so that's why it's almost like everyone in their prime. Almost. Like everyone doing this shit.
It's a slice of the early 2000s.
That's weird.
Next up, Phantom of the Opera, the newer one.
I love this man.
Gerard Butler. Bulma.
Yeah, and
Owlman. Is it Owlman? Is that his fucking name?
It's Owlman.
Is his name
It is
Owlman?
Yeah, Owlman.
Sure,
it's got to be Owlman.
Owlman from Watchmen is also in it. As
all these guys can sing, by the way.
Oh yeah, all of them do their own singing, which is really impressive for Bulma because she's got to hit some soprano notes.
She's good, though. She's really good.
You know who I was least impressed by in that? Gerard Butler.
No, he was the weakest link.
I imagine the Phantom being real guttural and deep. And
he was definitely expressive though. I gotta give him credit for that.
He was very sensitive sounding,
which
is fine.
Yeah.
In some of the songs, but I feel like in the songs where he was supposed to sound really mad and aggressive, he still sounded.
He was very whiny.
Soft.
I got a bit whiny from it.
A bit, yeah. Which is fine again for some of the stuff.
I think Owlman was great.
He was good. He's got great, very theater voice.
Yes. That's why I was like I didn't know these guys can sing.
Lots of falsetto.
Right.
Yeah, very, very theater
very
voice.
Good. I like that.
The music in Phantom is great. And that movie is filmed great. Like
the production was
who's the chick
beautiful.
that plays the prima donna lady? She's another random actress.
I don't know.
Minnie Driver?
Yeah. She's amazing too.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she's amazing too.
She's great in that movie.
I forgot that she sings.
Yeah,
because that's right. She used the voice of Jane in Tarzan, the animated one, and Tarzan wasn't a musical. Yeah. That's why I was like, what a waste.
Yeah, she's great, and her voice is great in that movie too, though. Next up, Aladdin. Another Disney movie. Yep. Amazing music.
Yep. I can't wait till this one's live action remade.
I just don't know.
It's gonna be tricky. Because everyone's like the whole Robin Williams thing.
I think they should just do a CGI Robin Williams genie and reuse the audio from the original movie and all the outtakes he didn't use and all that shitty ad-lib. Just make up all the CG Robin Williams as a tribute to him.
Is that offensive, do you think?
No one else is allowed to be the fucking genie, in my opinion.
Not even the current guy that they got on the stage musical?
No, especially not him.
No, he's a very different take.
I have no idea. I've seen little clips of him, but I don't have an opinion. But to me, Robin Williams is a fucking genie.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
No one else can do it. Maybe if you get like Jim Carrey or somebody who can like mile a minute.
But it has to be different. It can't be.
His wouldn't be Robin
Right,
Williams.
and that's the thing is, I don't want a Robin Williams.
I just
copy.
don't want like fucking Kevin Hart or some bullshit like that.
What if it's like Kevin? Oh, dude,
No.
if it was Kevin, that would be. No. How about if it was The Rock? Dwayne Johnson is the genie.
Like visually, I'm kind of okay with it.
He can sing as well.
And he can sing a
He
bit.
can sing. I think
I'd
Dwayne
kind
Johnson.
of be okay with it. I just can't imagine him doing
And
like...
he's brown?
I can't imagine him doing like impressions and
No,
shit.
he doesn't have to do all that stuff.
Which is fine, but it takes away the manicness of what the
Absolutely.
genie was. If you're reinventing the genie, now he's just fucking Kazam or whatever.
A better Kazam than Kazam.
No Shaq.
Get
though.
Shaq.
No Shaq.
Get Shaq.
Next up, Pick of Destiny.
This is a movie, man.
It's a Tenacious D movie. It's got great music in it. But I've been a fan of Tenacious D since I was a fucking kid. So I'm all about this movie. It's got Meatloaf in the opening song.
That's right.
And he's great in it. Apparently his kids convinced him to do it because he didn't know what the fuck Tenacious D was.
I'm glad these kids did.
Yeah, because he did... Dio is in that song.
Yeah.
Ronnie James Dio.
Before
he died. And he's great in that too.
I think
Jack Black and them are all
I
at their
think everyone
finest.
in that movie.
Oh man, Tim Robbins? Is that his
Oh
name?
yeah, he's there.
He's great in that movie as like a weirdo they meet at like a gas station or whatever to like help him.
Have you got that movie?
Yeah, on DVD.
We need to watch that and Block Party.
Yeah, man, I'm totally down for both of those things. But that one's great to watch. The soundtrack is great because basically the whole movie is a musical. He's got a song called Master Exploder, I think is the name of the song, where he hits a high note that explodes a dude's head.
That's the best.
And it's the best.
You need those things.
Next up, and last up on the official 10.
I've got some possible honor.
Some honorables?
Yeah. But some
last
you
up
might
on the
have seen.
official 10, Dr. Horrible sing-along vlog.
Yeah. Technically, is this a movie? It was released as a...
It's a web series
It's a web
originally,
series. Right,
but you
but it
can
was-
watch it
right.
as one long movie.
Right.
Which I have on Blu-ray,
Wicked.
and it is also great.
This is what a modern musical could be.
That Dr. Horrible sing-along vlog is the only thing that makes me go, yeah, I'm fine with Joss Whedon doing like a Flash
Yeah,
musical
absolutely.
thing or whatever.
Absolutely.
But it'll be weird because his brother and sister-in-law are on Agents of
Right,
S.H.I.E.L.D.
they're
I'd
doing
rather him go over there and do a musical episode.
Of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? That
Yeah.
seems random.
But it'd be
Do you have a
it'd be
is-
great.
is there a
Sky was a pop star.
That's true.
Coulson can sing, I'm positive.
Yeah. I think a lot of them
Almost
can.
all those guys are theater.
It
so-
seems like you have to be these days. You have to be multi-talented.
Well, almost all the actors that
Right,
are
right.
real actors came from
What
theater.
what Marvel character uses music as a weapon? You gotta have some of those.
I don't know.
Because I know DC
I
has
don't know
some.
if any that use music as a weapon. I know of ones that use sound as a weapon,
We'll make sound trying to do that.
but DC has like. Remember when they did that episode of Brave and the Bold, Batman Brave and the Bold, with
Yes.
the Music Meister?
Yes.
Coincidentally, also Neil Patrick
Right.
Harris.
See?
That was a.
You
Great
reckon you might
episode.
have that character be the actual
I hope
villain?
so, and I hope that they have Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh,
do
that would be...
it. Especially if Whedon's doing it,
That would be wicked.
because he's already connected to
That
him.
would be wicked. And all those guys can sing. I mean,
all of them.
Bloody Flash
Yeah,
and,
all Glee.
and Supergirl, they're both
Glee
from Glee.
kids.
Yeah. And actually, all the other Flash sidekick guys, they're all singing.
Yeah, man. Fucking, especially Joe.
Joe, but
He was
also,
in Rent.
what was his name?
Which one?
Vibe. The guy Vibes.
Does Cisco sing?
He does. I saw it on YouTube, Brandon. I'm like, this can't sing
I don't
it as
think I've
well.
ever heard
Yeah,
that.
he sings. He sings pretty good.
Not surprising,
Yeah.
but kind of surprising just because, I've never
He doesn't look it. No, he doesn't look the part.
But yeah, I'd be totally
Yeah.
into that.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me that they do. Actually,
But-
also weird.
Yeah.
Who's the guy who's supposed to play? Who's in Supergirl? Who is that? I guess he's her workmate. White dude.
Oh, the Toy Man or
Toy
whatever?
Man.
Right.
He's in he recently started this film with like Anna Kendrick where it's a full-on musical.
What movie?
Oh, it's I think it was like
Not the Pitch Perfect movie.
no. It was like the last 5 years or some shit like that.
That's the name of the movie, or
Something
it
like
was
that.
in the.
That's what it was called. It was within the last 5 years, but I think it's only called the last 5 years. All I know is that was a straight musical, and that guy is like a theater musical guy.
Right.
So
Well,
I'm
one
like,
thing
whoa, random.
Dr. Horrible has that those don't have is Nathan Fillion,
Right.
Wonder Man himself,
He's in there though.
and Felicia Day from the Guild.
They could get her. Oh, she was in Supernatural for a bit.
But she's good in that. And
She's great.
Dr. Horrible as well.
I think everyone.
She's
in
got
was
like
great.
what's the? Oh fuck! I kind of want to watch that movie again. It's got great music in
Dr.
it.
Horrible?
Too. Yeah, Dr. Horrible.
Well, if you've got it, we should watch it.
It's got that one back and forth between her and Dr. Horrible.
I love those ones.
They're great.
Yeah, I love.
They're
those
so
ones.
great.
Right, those ones are so.
It's
good.
like his negative outlook on life and her very positive outlook on life.
It's a
She's like
contrast.
this
It's a perfect
charity
contrast,
or
but it's to the same melody. Writing
I'm
that.
trying to like hear it in my mind and I can't.
It's difficult. It's difficult.
But that movie's got great music. And speaking of that, Mrs. Jed Whedon, whatever the fuck her name is,
Yep.
the Asian girl
Yes.
that is the showrunner on
Right.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., also in that,
Yeah.
and helped write the music for it.
They all did.
They all the Whedons did it together.
It's Whedon and the Extended, which is the partners.
The
But
Whedon family.
an honorable mention that I'm going to include because.
Well, one is already listed here.
Oh, okay, cool.
First honorable mention on the list is Moulin Rouge, which I will not defend at all because I fucking hate that movie.
Right. I'm only putting it in there because I think it's a good film.
I hate it.
I think
didn't like
Ewan
Glee either.
McGregor was great there.
Maybe, but I couldn't get past how much I hated everything about that movie.
You had another honorable mention. Was it Chicago?
Chicago, yeah.
Yeah.
I like Chicago quite a bit. It's got
Chicago
good
was
music in
good.
it.
The music was, but that's
I'm
like
not big on Renee Zellweger.
I'm not, but
I
she
think
can-
she was fine.
they also
for
had
that.
her and Ewan McGregor had a film, Down with Love.
The one where he's like an 80s. Was that Hugh? Wait, who's the guy?
Ewan McGregor.
He was the guy in that?
Yeah.
Not Hugh Grant?
No, that's another film.
What's that one?
I don't know. I could be wrong with the title as well, mind you.
Okay, because there's a Hugh
Yeah.
Grant one where he's like a 80s musician or something.
Oh no, this one it's about like it's like an old school, like a throwback type of thing.
I definitely haven't seen that one. Okay, what else you got for?
I had Popstar.
Fucking, I haven't seen it yet, so
Yeah.
you can't say anything about it.
It's and in terms of
It's
music,
the Lonely Island movie.
it's because I was gonna say we don't have any of their movies, and I kind of miss putting Hot Rod into the comedy.
Did we not put?
I
Hot Rod
don't
in
think
the
so.
honors
We're
section?
assholes.
Did we really not?
I think no, not even honorable mention.
That's
Because
disrespectful.
I know, because it totally. It's a film that I will always go to, but because I always go to it, I don't even remember.
But would you trade Hot Rod?
That's the problem. It's honorable mention.
Would you trade Hot Rod for any of the ones on?
That's tricky.
I'd trade Hot Rod for Spaceballs, honestly.
Probably at this point. I'd put Spaceballs maybe as an honorable mention because Hot Rod is amazing.
I'd put Hot Rod there because that
But-
shit kills me.
But Popstar,
Shit.
so good. Popstar is good.
I gotta watch it still. I think it's available for a digital download or whatever. now.
Yes.
So we might have to pick that one up.
Right.
Any
But-
more honorable mentions in the music?
That's all I can
category?
kind of think of. I'm sure I'm missing a couple, but I don't know. In terms of, like, you got Goofy movie there, so I'm good.
I maybe a little bit
Go.
might put Little Shop of Horrors.
Yes.
As an honorable mention.
That's definitely an honorable mention.
That's got some good music in it too.
I kind of wish they remade that.
I do,
I want a remake of
but
it.
I just know they'd make a fucking CG plant, and that
Oh,
practical
no.
plant in the beginning in the old movie was great. That practical big ass puppet
What
plant,
they could do
fantastic.
is use the Kubo technology.
Stop motion? Never.
Yeah.
They're not going to do that. Not in the current film. That went out with fucking what's his nuts, Harryhausen.
Damn it. You think they won't use puppets anymore?
I think it's. I just don't know if
You know it'll be CG and it'll be dumb.
CG,
It'll
and
look
it just won't
stupid.
look as
Yeah,
good.
damn
It won't
it.
be as good.
But see, I want a remake because that soundtrack is
It's great.
awesome.
Who would you get to play the Rick Moranis role now?
That's tricky. That's tricky.
It's a hard one.
But, dude, I would cast unknowns. Reason being is because so many of these guys can bloody sing and do
They
all this
can,
stuff.
but no way they're gonna have all unknowns in a Little Shop of Horrors movie.
Mm.
They're gonna have stunt casting. It had Steve Martin in the original.
That's true.
They've got to have somebody big to play some of these characters.
Well, cast somebody for Steve Martin, basically. The bully.
I'd be very curious.
But that would be cool. I'd like to me, honestly, I'd like to see a remake. They're doing a remake of that Rocky Horror.
Yeah, with the
That's
Orange
like, wait,
is the New
they're doing a
Black
live
shit.
one, right?
I think it's a live.
It's a live one, so it's kind of like what they did with like Grease Live and
Right.
Sound of Music Live. Maybe that's what they might end up doing with it though. And if that's the case, it's gonna be a
Yeah,
puppet.
it'll be a puppet thing.
Do it that way then.
I'm fine with that.
I'd want this then.
But then it's definitely not going to be any huge stunt
That's
casting. It'll
fine.
be some random.
That's
like,
fine too though. That might be better because
Selena
it might.
Gomez, Zac Efron
Oh,
is
no.
what's his face?
As the, I don't even think they'd be willing to do that shit.
Maybe not.
But
His girlfriend did.
honestly, I'd be down for the television version of it if it was live.
Yeah, I don't know. So far, I've not been impressed by any of those live.
Have you watched any of them? You watch all
I
of
watched
them?
part of the Grease one.
Right.
I watched most of the Peter Pan one, but that one was real bad.
I passed on the Peter Pan one.
I was curious about Walken.
Oh shit, that's right. He was there.
That
was
the
he?
main reason. He was not good.
Oh no. I watched the Grease
He's
one.
too fucking old.
I
for
watched the Grease one because I like Grease.
I watched part of it. It didn't impress me. It didn't impress me.
It was what I was like. The production, you can only do so much with the production values because
That's
it
very
is
true.
alive.
And it
like,
was awkward because they had jokes in it, but the audience didn't laugh
No.
like it's a live studio. They didn't laugh.
No.
So it was like they did it live,
Yep.
but there was no one there
No reaction.
watching it.
well, it's live
It's live
in front of
filmed
people. It's
live.
filmed live, but there were people there.
But it didn't sound
Yeah,
like it
because you
there were
can't.
so many
Absolutely,
dead
'cause everyone's
silences
mic'd.
during jokes.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I'm like, they're like, oh man, look at that guy, he's a sissy or whatever.
Yeah.
Where obviously people
Right.
are supposed to laugh.
But in a sense,
at
it's kind of
nothing.
good. Do you want to see laughs at a live
If
thing?
it's a live thing, yes, because it's
Oh, right.
awkward.
Yeah, that's true.
If you can hear the sound of people shuffling around and
Right,
shit,
right.
but zero laughter, it's like if you're doing a play and you do jokes and it tanks and nobody
Oh,
reacts
that's
to it.
actually true.
It's painful.
All right, fair enough.
It's painful.
You
to watch.
got a thing there.
But my phone died, so I have no more lists, but I think we're done with the list anyway.
I think that's enough of the list. I mean, what are some... All right, since we're in the category of music,
Yeah.
what are some musicals that you want to see in film? Oh, shit. Another possible honorable mention. Southpark, Bigger, Longer, Uncut.
That's got great music in it.
I mean, Team America wasn't a musical.
It wasn't, but it also had great music.
It
in
did.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Book of Mormon.
Book of Mormon, I just still need to see.
They
I
need...
wanna see
That's
it,
what I'm saying.
however.
They need to make that.
Yeah, I just need to see that however they
I'm
do
seeing it next year. Oh, yeah, shit, I'm seeing it next year. Nice.
it. Yeah, that makes
Nice.
one of us.
Yep.
So that doesn't help me in my
Nope.
issue. I don't know what they would do. Almost all the ones that I'd be really interested in have already been made.
Wicked.
I don't care.
I think Wicked could be great.
I don't care. I don't
You
care
don't?
about that universe. Don't care about
It's
the characters.
good. We didn't even have a thing, but then again, yeah. I mean,
I like that sample of Popular that they try to put into a rap song.
Right.
That's cool to me, but otherwise I have no interest.
Musicals. I don't know many musicals.
That aren't like Disney. I don't really have all that many that I'm.
You did
super
like
attached
you
to.
did musical theater.
Yeah, but all of the shit that I did as a kid has already been made into
Really?
shit. Yeah, because I did Les Mis,
Okay.
already a movie.
What'd you think of that?
It was fine.
Yeah, it was alright.
It was fine.
Didn't make it on the list. At this point, we just
Yeah,
talk about
'cause it was
musicals.
just
right?
fine.
Yeah, it was just fine. Yeah. All I know is that
King and I has already been made.
I like that though.
I love the music in King and I. I would be fine with them doing a new one. Have you ever seen Anna and the King? It's like a music-less version.
That's the thing.
Of King
I
and
was like, oh, Anna and the King is the King and I, but I was like, but minus the music. I'm like, I don't know if I can.
I love that.
Is Anna and the King good?
I love that.
Do you think it would have been? You think would have liked them more if there was music in it?
No.
No.
Not with that cast.
Okay, who's the cast?
Chow Yun Fat was the main king.
Oh, all right.
He
He can sing.
probably.
Yeah.
Jodie Foster, I think, is Annie.
Oh. Okay, yeah, I remember this now.
It's got. There's this another chick. She was in a lot of shit for a while.
Did you
She
not
was
like
Sky
the?
Captain
Did you
and
not
shit.
like the original King and I?
It's fine, but like the Yul Brynner thing is really distracting to me now because
Yeah.
he's like very obviously not Thai or
Yeah.
Asian of any kind. They just were like paint that white dude bronze or whatever.
I forget sometimes that he doesn't look like that.
Right.
You know, because he's such a character in that film that when you think, oh yeah, that's how he is normally, you look, it's like he's nothing like this.
Which when I was in high school, we did King and I, and we had two kings. We had one that was Asian, and one that was a white dude. And they like bronzed him up and cut his hair like the Yul Brynner one.
Really?
The other one they didn't cut his hair. They were just like, he's Asian, that's good enough.
Oh.
So one of them looked like an Oscar, and the other one just looked like an Asian dude. Both of them were fine.
Yes.
But I'm infinitely gonna choose the Asian guy.
Of course, it makes
more.
It makes way more sense.
Story.
Oh, another honorable mention.
What's that?
Got included. Cinderella, the one with Brandy.
I don't remember any of them.
I love it.
Oh, you know what I?
It's Roger and Hammerstein.
You know what I remember about that?
What's that?
The main guy that plays the prince.
He's Asian. His mom is black, which is Whoopi Goldberg, and his dad is in Legends of Tomorrow. He's Firestorm.
Oh, Robbie Amell?
No, not Firestorm. The other guy, the old man.
Oh, yeah, he's in it as well.
Yeah. He's the dad.
He's the dad. Sure.
Love that movie. Because
the Asian guy, the main prince dude.
He was also in Mortal Kombat.
He was the main character in Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
That's always what I remember him from. Yeah. And I think that's the only other thing I've seen.
Yeah, I think that's the only other thing he's been in. He was in that, and he was in Cinderella. And I gotta say, I love the soundtrack of that. Roger and Hammerstein, because it's Roger and Hammerstein. That's fine. They know how to. Those guys know how to write.
The music was fine too. It's got Whitney
also,
Houston.
Brandy was great there. Her singing
Brandy's great in general.
Yeah, she is.
She's fine. Whitney Houston's good.
But I like that one. That was honorable mention for me.
R.I.P.
Whitney Houston's right.
I can't think of any other ones though that I'm dying to see in live action.
Yeah, it's tricky. I guess the closest things are the Disney remakes.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like non-Disney movies, it's hard for me to be like, "There's this musical." I'm just waiting.
Right. Again, I already mentioned Book of Mormon, Wicked. Those are the two major ones that most people do want to see.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them anytime soon.
You know what I want to see? I want to see them do a live-action version of Cats.
Yeah, with CG
CG cats or like Jungle Book.
Oh, dude.
That technology with alley cats.
Dude.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Dude, no, for real.
I want to see that.
For real. I think
I'm fine with that.
If you watch Jungle Book, you can clearly know that technology can do these.
Man, tell me.
No.
There's a big budget movie starring nothing but cats who sing. That doesn't make $1 billion.
Aristocats, but that was back in the day.
That was a long fucking time.
A very long time.
I'd be alright to make a remake of Aristocats.
But I think Cats would be even cooler.
But Cats would be cool as shit, and that's one of the most famous Broadway musicals of all fucking time.
Yep.
Why hasn't there been even a movie with the shitty costumes?
No, I think the CG cat thing is better.
Yeah, I think that's brilliant.
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't think.
When they have kittens singing to you, people's gonna melt.
I think it's too. It might be too obscure. I don't know if it's not obscure, but it might be too risky.
Do they still do Cats on Broadway?
It wouldn't surprise me.
I haven't heard about anybody going to see Cats in a long fucking time.
It probably goes off Broadway or probably tours for a bit, then it goes back to Broadway, because that's how shit works, it seems. They'll tour America, they'll tour wherever, it'll come back, and it's like, oh, it's revival. And then the revival, and then that wins awards as well, and then it becomes a hit.
Right.
And then from there, they'll probably make a play out of a movie or a television, something out of it. Like the Hamilton, they're probably going to make a movie out of Hamilton.
Maybe, while that dude's still popping, they can make a live action.
Because they're getting him to write everything for Disney now.
Very clearly doesn't look anything like the real Hamilton.
Nope.
But it probably doesn't matter.
No.
I'm just surprised they don't release filmed versions of these.
Because they record it.
Yeah.
Because they show these clips.
Right.
Because the thing is, I would buy musical plays. I would buy musicals.
I'd already have Book of Mormon by now. If that was
easily. If they recorded the first cast, professionally recorded, multiple angles. Yeah, I'm surprised
they put out fucking Shrek the musical.
I know.
On Netflix.
That's why.
Why did they give us that?
I don't. See, that's what I don't get. I'm like, you can do this, and they do this. Just bloody.
If they put that on there, I'd watch the Spider-Man musical even.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's true.
Even though none of that music appealed to me from the bits I heard.
Because it's U2, right?
But I'd be like, hey, what's that about?
It's Spider-Man. It's Spider-Man.
They gotta make that stuff more readily available, man.
They do. Otherwise, I'd watch bootlegs even.
Easily. I'm gonna have to expand my horizons on musicals because I feel like I'm missing some.
You do like music as well, so music is a big part of your life. So I'm surprised you don't really watch more musicals. But I grew up with musicals and stuff. My cousin would give us CDs as soundtracks and shit. And I just listen to the soundtracks. I don't even know what the hell the story is.
Right.
But you can kind of get a grasp of the story based on the music itself.
Right.
Because it's all storytelling.
I liked him. I was just always, personally, afraid to sing in front of people, so I didn't audition for a lot of the musicals.
We didn't have that shit available then.
Well, you're fucking Australian.
I mean,
They
the
had
closest thing.
Australian musicals.
Yeah, but not in my school. That's
Not
the
in
thing.
Catholic school.
Not in Catholic school. It probably like actual school for the arts.
Right.
I didn't go to any of those shit.
Not a single one.
I'm not that cool.
But any shit. I think that pretty much covers it for this week's one.
We got about an hour.
We went big on the musical section. Oh yeah, PAX is this weekend, which Jeffrey will be at. If anybody's going to be in the Seattle area for that show, come by the Udon Table, which is booth.
I don't know. You'll find
Listen
us.
to that memory. But anyways, we got PAX this weekend. Come check that out.
Mm-hmm.
I will probably only be there on Saturday walking around with Knoy. So if you see me, say hello. Say what up, Chipper
Say what
Chap.
up, Chipper Chaps, and we'll automatically know, because that always delights me whenever someone says, "I listen to Chipper Chat."
Yeah, and then high five me. And
It surprises me though.
do a backflip.
To me,
I will be surprised.
it throws me off.
We only got, what is it, like 500 something subscribers or something?
I think we passed 555 because I was like, "Oh, 555, nice."
So
555.
it's not a fuck ton, but it's it's some. So
And
randomly you're
the actual
here for
viewership
PAX.
is like a lot less than that.
Right. Well, that's how it goes. That's how it goes.
That is how it goes.
Until the next one,
Right.
stay chipper, chaps.
Stay chipper.
What up, Chipper Chat? This is Chipper Chap Chat. What up, Chipper Chat? This is Chipper Chap Chat. What up, Chipper Chat? This is Chipper Chap Chat. What up, Chipper Chat? This is Chipper Chap Chat.